air bubble the size of a milk jug.
Yeah, move. Yeah, now he's feeling better. Now he's feeling better. I don't know if this net's going to be big enough. Hi everybody, Mike Howe here from Howe's Fishing Able and Mo Fish Charters on beautiful Flathead Lake in Montana. This is our first open water video of the season, and I wanted to take just a minute to kind of set it up for you. So July 1st, 2018, myself, Mike Howe, one of my guides, Ivan Keeney, and Brad and Noel catching big lake trout on Flathead Lake. I hope you enjoy it. Now after Noel caught her fish, we pulled up the lines, we went back south, and as you can see, it's a little bumpy out there today. We had a good 3 to 4 foot roll going on, little bit of white caps on the lake, not a problem. So we picked up, we went back. Now we're fishing a couple of downriggers with our baits right on the bottom in about 150 feet of water. But we're using a steel line setup with a big T60 flatfish made by Yakima Bait Company. We've got about 400 feet of line out with this flatfish right on the bottom. We run the heavy steel line with about 8 ounces of weight ahead of the lure, and that way it's tracking the bottom. And it's pretty rocky right here. Brad's kind of got to pay attention to understanding what the lure and the weight feels like as it's bouncing along the bottom, and also being able to understand the difference when the fish strikes. No stretch to steel line, obviously, and Brad gets a great hook set on it, gets another good hook set on it, and then we're off to the races. We've got 400 feet of line out, we're in about 150 feet of water, so this fish isn't going anywhere in a hurry. As soon as you settle it in, that's when you know they're hungry, when they don't even wait for it to stop. There you go, fish on, fish on. Nice, nice. Now you got about 400 feet of line. So we're gonna have a cup of coffee, maybe have a sandwich. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Just waiting for that to happen.
Okay, I made about 3 feet on it.
Oh yeah. How's your drag? Is it okay on that? Slip a little bit?
It's slipping a little bit,
okay.
But I mean not much.
Just a little.
Okay, it's just right there, perfect.
Yep.
Like I can get distance on him.
Yeah.
That when he runs, it takes drag.
Good, because yeah, there's no stretch to that at all. You might need to back it off just a little bit. We're in no hurry. I saw that. Saw it hit. Saw you rear back.
I waited on it for half a second.
Yeah.
Perfect. Holy smoke.
Perfect. And that's what they do, man. They wait for it to dart away from them. Then they're like, yep, that's the real deal. And that's when they grab it.
Nice.
It's almost like a boom, boom.
Feels like I'm snagged on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think you pulled them off bottom yet. Oh, sorry. Ah! What we're out here for?
I was thinking it's gonna be a nice one.
Yeah. Oh, it's got some serious head shake. Look at that.
Get it closer then?
Yeah. That's him.
So just kind of
Alright.
let him air out right
Yep,
now.
yep. You know, a lot of times they get blowed up. They just can't breathe.
Right.
So they stop fighting. They always say, oh, lake trout, they fight like a dish rag. Well, if you just crank them in and they, you know, but you give them that rest with 80 to 100 feet of line out, they can vent. And then he's going to start throwing his header out again. So what we're doing here, you know, Brad's bringing line in. He got some really good head shakes at the beginning of the fight. You know, that fish didn't even know it was hooked until we start pulling it off the bottom. You saw he had some great head shakes there. We're going to get some more good head shakes here. But what we've got to do with this fish, bringing it up off the bottom, is when we have about 100 or so feet of line left, we're going to really slow down on this fish and let it naturally vent its air bladder. And we can usually tell when a fish is bloated up because it pretty much just quits fighting on us. So I tell Brad to go ahead and really slow down, just take up the little bit of line that he has to keep the line tight, and then after a couple of minutes, that fish is able to vent, and you can tell because it really starts head shaking and digging again. Gonna have to have a good team effort here. Oh yeah, unhappy. Well, happy because he can breathe again. Yeah. Yep. Damn lake trout. Fight like a dish rag. It's all about the head shakes, man. All about those head shakes. Big fish. He could be pretty much played out right now. Okay. Been at this for a while. Typically they won't thrash around a whole lot once they're on the surface.
20 feet. I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah, no, I think that's our leader right there. So.
There we go, I got color.
Okay, yep. Oh, man. Oh, buddy. Yeah, he's still fighting. He's still fighting. One good whip, Brad. Woo!
There he is.
I know. Alright. Yeah, he's just, go ahead, suck on everything. Here, let's, that's got me. Alright, here, I'm gonna hand them to you. Get them in the bowl.
He's gonna have to go a lot farther.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Get him on the camera.
Beautiful. I don't know if he's over 40. He's going to be in that upper slot. Let's lay him right up here, Brad, and we'll get a measurement on him.
There you go.
Okay, you're about 38. We're off the scale there. We'll get a weight on him. 18 pounds. Yeah. All right. Cool. Did you get a good photo? I want to get a good photo.
Okay.
So you grab it again. And Noel, if you want to get in there with them. They got big old mouths, don't they? Here again. All right, get them swimming. Woo! That's a toad.
That's a big one.
Good job. Are you tired? It only took you 20 minutes.
There you go.
Got him. Sweet. Well done, man.
Yeah.
Well done.
That was awesome.
That's the nicest fish I've caught in a while. Well, that wraps up our video for today. This is just the beginning of the big fish season that should last well into August for us. We do early morning trips. We have a couple of specific places on the lake that we go and we target these big fish, and we know how to take care of them. As you saw, letting the fish vent as it come up to the surface, being ready with our cameras and with our tools to get a good measurement on the fish so that we could safely release it. At 38 inches, this fish is at least 35 years old, probably well into his 40s, meaning this fish came into the lake sometime back in the 70s, maybe early 80s, but more likely over 45 years ago. And this fish has seen all the changes in the lake, all the natural food web changes in the lake. So really exciting to be able to take this ancient fish that has gone through all of the changes on Flathead Lake and was still a very, very healthy fish, and watch it swim away successfully. So we had a great time. I want to thank Brad and Noel for coming out and fishing with us. And I want to invite you folks to get on the phone with us, make a reservation. If you're looking for a fish of this caliber, a large lake trout, trophy lake trout, this is the time to get here. We're going to be catching these fish well into August. So not every trip gets a fish this big. I don't want anybody to think that. But you'll never catch one like this if you don't get on the boat and go with us. So give us a call, 406-257-5214. Obviously, check us out on the webpage at howsfishing.com. Go to our Facebook page. We'd love to get you out there, share this beautiful fishery, this beautiful scenery with you. And of course, if you're not interested in a giant fish and you want to just go fish for numbers, we've got that for you too. Catching lots of great size eater fish, and we've got the Lake Superior whitefish bite coming as well. So hope to see you again real soon in another video. Thanks for joining us. This is Mike Howe with House Fishing, A. Able and MoFish Charters saying so long. We'll see you on the water.